What's going on, Jerome's? General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is heading into year 2 at the helm of the Minnesota Vikings, and he addressed the local media jackals today, Tuesday, ahead of the start of Vikings training camp. And by the way, we got to find out where he got that vest. I mean, that looks pretty good. CR vest, CR best. I love it, man. Go get it. Kwesi's always very stylish. Seems like. Anyways, getting into it, a lot of contract talk because he's the GM. Kevin Seifert, ESPN, who is not Carl Gerbschmidt, who's not, asked Kwesi Adofo-Mensah if he now feels confident that Danielle Hunter will be part of the team this season. He said, "I'm really excited to see him." That's not a yes. Clearly, this is an ongoing story. And Danielle Hunter did show up for Vikings training camp, likely having a hold in as he's not going to be a full participant, but he did show up. He's going to avoid fines for not reporting, and he does deserve a new contract. He's due $5.4 million in total compensation this year. That's Marcus Davenport is going to make 2.5 times that this season. And I do think that there's a world where he's traded, potentially. There's a rumor that he's following a lot of Jaguars on Instagram, but of course that could just be Danielle being funny. Or because Danielle is known to be funny. And also, it could be a spot where they work out an extension, they work out a 1-year Band-Aid deal, and then he hits free agency next year. I don't know. But either way, it's a step in the right direction. As you see guys like Nick Bosa and Jones and Zach Martin holding out as true holdouts right now. So hopefully the Vikings and Danielle can bridge that gap. Also, Ben Gessling Strib, does Danielle Hunter need a contract before he'd practice? GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, quote, there's a lot of things we're trying to work through with him. We haven't seen him since last season, so that amongst many other issues we're trying to work through with his representative. So basically they're working on a new deal. And I think that that's going to be the case. Like, Danielle will be in meetings. Danielle, I'm sure, will do strength and conditioning. But before he hits the practice field, I think that he will need a new contract, hence the hold-in. Then Sam Ekstrom. Cam insists that talks with Cousins' representation will happen in the future, but they haven't found a good solution at the moment with his contract. And Kirk Cousins is heading into the final year of his contract with the Vikings, and there have been some talk about a long-term deal. Obviously, Cousins' camp wants that. The Vikings sort of balked as they really hedged their bets. Again, Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell, the entire front office has been very good and very coached up in terms of saying nothing but revealing nothing. Just really sort of talking in circles, hedging their bets. It's really impressive what they've done. And they've talked about all off season that they're looking forward to Kirk Cousins this season. They didn't really speculate on his future, and they left all options open. But then they decided not to draft Will Levis in the first round. They waited till the 5th to take quarterback Jaron Hall. So there isn't a clear successor on the rooster right now. And Kirk Cousins, frankly, had one of the best seasons of his career last year. I think he's set up for success this season as well. And do the Vikings get something done long term? I doubt that there will be another 1-year Band-Aid deal at any point, but we'll see what happens. It will be really intriguing if Kirk has another phenomenal season and hits free agency next year at age 35, going to be 36. Then Gessling on the other guy. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah said talks with Justin Jefferson's agents about a new contract are ongoing. I believe we'll speak with the representatives again soon. There's no rush per se in that regard. And Jefferson is heading to the final year of his rookie deal. They did pick up his 5th-year option, so technically the Vikings have 2 years of control. And JJ is eligible for a deal, and he is going to be the highest-paid receiver in NFL history, perhaps the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history, and that's a big deal. And now I was hoping that they're going to open training camp with this because teams generally like to do that, announce extensions for fan favorites, but it sort of is what it is. And the thing is, if JJ has another Offensive Player of the Year and MVP finalist, JJ 2K type season, instead of $31-32 million per year, it's going to be 40. All right, so that's the game that the Vikings are playing right now, and hopefully they'll get something done and keep JJ in purple long term. And the other guy, the other J who catches balls, Alec Lewis, the Athletic. Vikings GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah said he spoke recently with tight end TJ Hockenson's representatives, said that the team is going to find a long-term solution for him. And Hockenson is heading into his 5th-year option due to make $9 million and change. Obviously, the Vikings, who traded for Hockenson last year from Detroit at the trade deadline, would like to keep him in purple role for an extended period of time. So it's a balance right now. The Vikings do have some cap space, but if they have a new contract for Danielle, if they have a new contract for JJ, if they have a new contract for Hockenson, they have to budget potentially a new deal for Christian Darrisaw next offseason when he's eligible, and also Kirk Cousins. So, I mean, there's a lot of mouths that need feeding, and it's a good problem to have, having these young players who have earned significant contracts and go from there, man. Oh, and also Kirk. I mean, he's not young, but you know what I mean. Anyways, your thoughts are our thoughts. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah addresses the local media jackals. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.